Hello and welcome, this is Vector. In this video, I am going to play through another invaded mission in Division 2. And today we are going to play through this mission called the Manning National Zoo. So as always, the reason why I'm playing this is because I've been playing a lot of Division 2, and I explained earlier that one thing that I haven't done before was to create this video or playthrough of invaded mission, and I explained that what invaded mission is, so I'm not going to go through that here. But again, like this mission, let me just quickly go over here, switch to the mission thing. So you can toggle between this invader mission or the normal mission, and again you are going to fight through different enemies, and again in the this invader version, you're going to fight actually against some more bosses. Like there are 4 bosses in total, and I'm going to play through it using my normal difficulty, level of difficulty, which is challenging. And I'm using the same gear set and see what we can do here. And let's do this. So in the Manning Zoo mission, it's actually a relatively long mission. Is what happens after you finish the main storyline, and then you are going to like uncover some conspiracy behind and stuff like that. Right. So it seems that there's like a little bit of lagging from the there's a little bit of lagging behind the sound effect and stuff. I think there's a sniper over there. Let's see if we can actually get hold of the sniper. It's over there. Oh, just one. It's a little too far. Anyway, let's go a little bit closer. So there's a little bit lag of the voice and sound effects and VFX and whatnot. So the dialogue thing was a little bit lacking. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it won't be that bad. And yeah, like I said before, the Manning Zoo Park itself is actually quite a longer mission because there are several areas. There's one area that you're actually going to fight a boss in a crocodile area, which is kind of interesting. So we'll pass by that once we get there to that area. We'll talk about that. But again, because now we are playing through this invader mission, so the map is slightly different. And oops, close. Oops. The spawning point of the enemy is going to be different, as we expected. The black tusks in this invaded mode, they like to rappel down from helicopters. So this is actually the same, like always. It's not funny that they do the same thing over and over. Again, like I will aim at finishing the rappelling down enemies before they land. What is this thing? Oh, it's just oops. It's a sniper, and there was a and it's fine. Like my gear set is okay against the snipers, but when it comes to that little bomber drone, it's kind of like a double down thing, and it just like killed my agent, which is fine. I will be a little bit more careful. We don't actually. Oh, I think we actually start from the beginning, which is fine. So we'll be a little bit careful this time. But like I said, Manning Zoo is actually a much relatively longer mission. So you will see that there are several areas, and at some point there's a crocodile pond, and then you're going to ride a train. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. And the interesting thing is Manning National Zoo is actually a thing. Like it's a real zoo. It's in Washington D.C. and I've never been to there before myself. I just looked it up on the map. It's quite a nice zoo, like in the middle of the city or something. And So if I ever get a chance to go, I will probably go and check it out. The zoo. And the interesting thing about this game, the version, is that they really spend their time and do their homework in creating. Oh, this is actually good. Let's just keep it this way. They actually did the homework in recreating the area of the place. So it's not like, oh, they could just come up with some random place. A place that is known, but then they just create the whole thing from scratch. They actually spend the time and they recreate the map very accurately. So if you have been to Manning National Zoo, you probably will see that, oh yeah, that actually is accurate in terms of like where the entrance is, where that crocodile point is, oops, and where there's a light rail thing, where the rail thing is, and stuff like that. Of course, like to make it into a game and make it challenging, that there's a few things that they might have to tweak, like there's this place they need to fix, they need to add a little bit of like a switch you need to turn, things like that. But all in all, like the general map, from what I understand, is the same. I actually read something about back in the DC area, they actually there's like some sort of museums that you go through, right? If you go to the real museum, all the banners, all the posters, all the exhibits actually exist. And if you walk closer to those posters, you actually can see the information. There's this Air and Space Museum. They talk about Earth, talk about space, talk about stuff. They are like inside. They are like video playthrough. If you stay long enough, you actually can listen to the narrator talking about real facts. So it's actually quite a very nice touch in terms of like making things work and being authentic in recreating those actual space places. So let's try to shoot those red little dots. Show you. So you see that the dog is like paralyzed or immobilized. That's when you shoot those red joint dots. So that's one of the weak points. But as I said, to actually finish them faster, the best way is to hit the back. There's like a battery pack or fuel pack. That's where the weak point really is, and you can finish them first. So the joints are for immobilizing them, keep them in one spot, and for the back part is for like finishing. It's a genuine weak point that can finish them earlier or faster. Right. A few tokens or trophies, and keep moving on. So as you can see, right now inside the game, the time is kind of like night or evening time, and as I mentioned before, the developers of this game actually put that into their consideration. So they actually put in like daytime, nighttime. They also put in weather hazard, like rain, snow, storm, and stuff like that. So on top of making it more lifelike, another interesting thing that I want to point out with the nighttime and stuff is that in this game there is a kind of enemies that are very peculiar. So they are called hunters. Now, so what are the hunters? So they actually, when you start the game, there's a kind of like a strange mission where you are asked to investigate something, and then all of a sudden you kind of like your gear starts to malfunction, and then there's this like unknown enemy that start to shoot you and whatnot. And no matter how good you are, eventually you cannot finish them. I've never seen anyone or heard anyone actually can finish this unknown or mysterious enemy, and they just disappear. And it kind of like is weird because the game never explicitly explain or mention again what this enemy was, and they just let it go. But so the story never actually go back to these hunters people or enemies, and it turns out that there are like several hunters like throughout the game, and the developers has hidden ways to kind of like summon them. They are kind of like, I think that the lore was they used to be agents, and then they start to hunt down other agents. What they can do is they can actually what they can do is they can disrupt all of your skills so that you can't. Is it possible for me to hide under this? I actually should have to try that. Let's see. Probably not. So I guess I can do one round. So the hunters are basically, as I said, agents that have this ability to disrupt all of your skills. So if you are, if your character or agent is skill based, you have a skill build, it will not be effective at all against them. However, your talents are actually going to be the one thing that you can rely on. They're kind of annoying because they also have their own skills, like they have drones. They typically use drones, and then they are pretty tough to kill. And without your skill, say I cannot call my drone to attack them, or I cannot call a healing drone or whatnot to finish them, it's actually very hard to kill them. So what you end up having is, if you actually manage to kill them, is you can get like something called an ivory key. So an ivory key is a key that allows you to open some sort of cache in the White House. But you have to actually collect all of the keys so that you can open up that cache. I think you have to finish like 12 hunters in order to do that. And it's tough because the first thing you want to do is, of course, like find the hunters. And the way the game hides the hunters is they you have to fulfill a certain criteria in order to kill the hunters, or even to spawn the hunters. And what they do is say there's one you have to go. It's actually kind of funny. So one of the hunters, the way you summon them is you go to a certain area. There's a big Christmas tree, and then in the Christmas tree you circle the Christmas tree several times. I think it's 3 times, and then the hunter will show up. Isn't that funny? And there are other things that you need to go to a certain place, do a certain thing. I don't do that. Now, if you ask, like, how do you know? You need to circle the Christmas tree several times, flip a switch or whatnot. It turns out that there are some drawings or graffiti or paintings hidden with code word throughout the game, and you can actually decode them. Now, when you decode them successfully, basically it will tell you what you need to do, kind of like a riddle format. I don't really know where exactly those are, and I just rely on the internet and figuring out, okay, well, this is how you do this to summon this particular hunter, and I just go and fight those hunters. I did that actually relatively early, so my gear set is not as good, and they are really tough to kill. I managed to kill maybe 8 to 10 of them, but there were a few that I just couldn't finish them. Maybe I'll try that later on, and get the ivory key. I kind of like peek as well to see like what actually can I get once I get all the hunters. Now, when you kill a hunter, what you get is, why am I missing? So when you kill one hunter, what you get is a key, which you need to collect 12 or 13 of them, and you also get a mask. So it's kind of nice to have a mask. You can wear this mask when you're playing the game. It's kind of like a little bit of like a trophy thing you can play around. So let me just run around. So I look around and see, okay, well, once you collect all these, you open up the ivory key chest. Like, what do you actually get? Right? Is it like something that is amazing? Well, it turns out that it's actually not that great. It's a skin. It's kind of like, I think it's a white color skin, and then you also get a weapon. I think it's F200, which is decent. I think it's a special special F200 assault rifle. So it's not like surprisingly good, or like it's not exotic either. I think it's a named weapon, or even not a named weapon. In any cases, it's not really worth doing this, especially when my gear wasn't that great. Maybe I will still do it just for completeness, but that's the thing. So back to the reason why I'm talking about hunters, of course.
You landed in the middle of a recruiting event. On the bright side, you're proving the Black Tusk doesn't hold a candle to the division. Go show them what good communication and teamwork can accomplish.
Right, so I mean, I was talking about hunters because they are just a very interesting kind of like characters. In fact, if you want to play against hunters and you do not want to, you know, go through those like summoning ways, I would call it. When you fight the summit, which is a new kind of like mode, a horde mode for Division, the top when you reach the top floor, like the 100th floor or the 99th floor, you will actually be fighting two hunters. So if you just want to have a you know, taste or experience how to fight hunters, you can actually fight those two over at those at the top of the summit. They have the usual things like they disrupt all of your skills. They look at this. They disrupt all your skills. They're hard to kill, and there are two of them. So they are kind of like rogue agent, except that they can also disrupt your skill sets or your skills. So I would say they are slightly more annoying than the rogue agents, because at the very least you can use your skill to fight against the rogue agents. In fact, I have a skill build that is actually pretty strong, and have no issues or problem fighting against the rogue agents. But then it's not, you know, always. I actually have something here. Does it do anything? No. Oh, it's those like high velocity ammo. So it doesn't really do much. I don't actually know what high velocity ammo as a special ammo does. Maybe you have faster firing rate or whatnot, but that's useful most of the time.
System disrupted.
So for those of you who have joined watching me doing this live, I'm playing the invaded mission of the Manning National Zoo. I probably have made a video of me playing through the Manning National Zoo before, but as I explained at the beginning of the video, what I haven't done is the invader mission of any missions in the Division 2. So I decided that, you know what, I am going to play through all these invader missions while I'm waiting for the new content, which is supposed to be coming out around February. So here we are, and I think it's going to be interesting to just show around, you know, how different it is from the regular missions, or how different it is between the regular missions and the invader mission.
Check the control room behind the aviary. The Black Tusk would work smarter, not harder, and use the existing infrastructure. Hopefully, you can bypass their security systems from there.
Oops. Yeah, I have a drone too. the duration. Alright. It's also interesting to see, you know, there are animals running around. I believe that there are definitely dogs. Let's roll the grenade to see how it goes. Wow. There you go. So I also read that there's actually a hidden enemy that you can fight. It's basically one of those like guys with a with an axe. Oh, so there's one more war dogs, which is what I'm fighting right now. Is they shoot out cannons, like grenades. So they shoot grenades, and they are, I would say, in the level of annoyingness. I think they are like slightly above the machine gun ones, and but below the sniper ones, and also the that super machine gun one or 360 ones. Because the grenade usually they miss, and if you run around fast enough, you can kind of like dodge them. So that's fine. The rest are like not that good. Say the sniper ones, of course you can dodge, but when they hit you hard, right? I think they're harder than grenades. But oh, this is what I was talking about. So in my previous video, I talked about, oh, there's this new thing that you will see here. Is they have this EMP thing. So you have actually fight against like EMP stuff before, but those you basically can destroy them. This one you can't. Oops. Oh, remember this part. I'm gonna recoup a little bit because this is actually not. Because I'm being franked by the boss on top. So those EMP thing kind of like disrupt your skills, so you can't do it. But let me see. Let me try to show you this. You see that infinity thing? So you're supposed to destroy it, but you can't. You have to go close enough. But if you go close enough, they will emit that EMP wave, and that wave actually can kill you. So it's kind of like, it took me a while to figure out like what exactly is happening, because I was like, okay, well, I can't destroy it, but if I get close and I get killed, so what's the deal, right? So it happens that is you have to wait until it do this, and you go close, I think. But like if it is doing this, you can hide behind anything. Actually, I was wrong. So you see what happens? So that's why is it? I have to figure out. Oh, there we go. So you have to destroy some other stuff in order to destroy them. So this is actually not the same as before. I thought it was like one of those EMP things that you see in the summit, where you have to be close enough and you kind of take it down. Once you take it down, you can finish it. So this one, you have to look for the generator, and you have to destroy it. So it's slightly different than what I remember. I don't actually remember. Maybe they changed the way you have to play it, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, once you know it, the question becomes whether you can find the generator fast enough before they actually kill you. So we have the first generator done. Now we need to figure out what's the second generator. So let's wait for another burst. Like this guy. So you see that blue thing? Well, the good thing is, at least it's fair, that it also shocks the enemies. So I think, oh, there we go. Type. So that's the generator. Let's finish generator first, and then we are fighting the boss. So there's a Bravo team leader. And of course, there's another enemy just in the way. So let's finish the other enemy. So, not giving him a chance to regenerate, and loot is not that great. Doesn't really matter. So let's use our special ammo here. There we go. Interesting, 2 support station, huh? Alright, so let's just... Once they don't have the support station, we are pretty good. So let's see what we have for the loot. So it's not super useful. This is also not quite... At least there's one thing that messes out, so it's not bad. I think we need to go through here. There we go. Alright.
Laptop detected.
Oh, there's a laptop.
Try to
Pick up
access
the
the
laptop.
security system with that laptop and see if you can open the gate.
Access granted.
Alright, so over the
you
gate,
good.
I guess.
Head down
So
to the
normally
bathroom
all I
first,
remember
agent.
is I normally will
Probably a
go
trap.
through
Get
here.
ready for it.
I'm not quite sure why I have 2 routes. Maybe it just lets me pick up some routes, which is not very useful. But normally I think in the normal or regular mission, you can go through this door. But instead now they changed the way. Oh, nice. They changed the way you play the route. So well, since I have special ammo for all my stuff, so I might as well use this one. That means there's some sort of like big fight going on, and with this kind of drop, it means that you cannot go back. It's kind of like a good indicator of there's something here that you need to do. So like I said before, in this Manning Su mission, I think it's the regular one. There's actually a hidden boss with the axe, a big dude with the axe, and but in order to actually trigger that boss, you have to touch a few things and run around, and once you get there, the boss will spawn. I read something about it. I'm not quite sure, like I just don't think it's worth the time to fight that boss and trigger all this, but it's possible. So if you want to try that, there are a few things, like it's kind of, you need to go to these different vendor places and trigger some buttons, touch some buttons, interact with something, and then that's where you can fight that boss. So maybe one day I'll try this, but not today. We just go through the regular routes and see how it goes. So I can definitely recognize that this is not the same route I do
Gamma team, don't back down.
with the regular mission. So it's not good. We can still do that. Honestly, I haven't played the I haven't played this invaded version of the Manning Su for so long. I don't actually remember that. I think partly it's because I don't really have a reason to play that, and it's relatively long. So, like as you can see, I'm still playing through. I think I'm almost like only halfway there. So it's not something that I can quickly come in and play and then forget about it. But I actually have to spend more time, maybe even half an hour, I think, just to play through the game. And I don't know like how much experience I'm actually gaining from playing this. So I'll rather play some other missions. But it's an interesting map. You have buildings, you have opening areas, you have plants. You have something you need to interact with.
They're being pretty reckless trying to beat each other for that promotion. Yeah, you might be able to take advantage of that.
So there's also generators. That means I need to find something. I think it's they changed it the way to give you hints since last time. So these are like like crazy machine guns. Once they lock you, it's actually quite deadly. So, well, what is this? Oh, so that's fine. That's great. I'm gonna finish this. Right. And what I remember is you see these like cables. these are the cables that gives you the hints on like where you can find the those like generators, because you can't shoot or finish or destroy those machine guns. The only way to destroy them is to finish or destroy the generators. So this is what I'm trying to do. I mean, if you play this game long enough, then you will probably remember where the generators are, and it's going to be much easier. But I am not that person, so so I gotta like run and figure out where the generators are. But you know, from a strategic standpoint, you will want to set, if you were setting up the generators, you want them to be apart instead of like together, so that it's harder to find both. So I think this is also the case like here. So I'm gonna just move a little bit slower, so I don't get flanked by enemies behind me. At the same time, slowly just move up, right, while taking the higher ground. Get more. Okay, I think that's the generator. Yeah, that's fine. You see, so this is actually something that I really like about assault rifle. It has a good firing rate. It's relatively stable and accurate, and the number of rounds per. Oh, so there's another boss. Let's give him something. Oops. Is it?
System.
Oh, I see. Oh, let me skip this. So there's my Gamma team leader. Okay, so that's done. Yeah, so destroy the generators. Usually you can find the generators through those cables. Like, I think the game makes it a little bit harder for like having multiple cables. You follow through that. There are some missions, I think Kensley College. There are some parts that you kind of like need to puzzle solve, and there are like 4 switches, and then you need to figure out which switch control what thing, and you need to do it in a certain order so that you can actually do that. Division doesn't really have a lot of puzzle, which is kind of nice. Like there's a lot of like other things happening. There's no need to add more complexity. But from time to time, you have this little puzzle that you can use to open like a door, a secret compartment, you know, things like that, which is fine. But in some cases, you have to solve the puzzle in order to proceed, which is the part that I'm not super a fan of. Like, yeah, some people will say, well, I like puzzles, so that's fine. If you like playing, say, Tomb Raider, if you like playing Uncharted, which is another game that I really enjoy playing, then there's also a puzzle part. And without solving the puzzle, you won't be able to proceed. So it's kind of like that. But honestly, like, I think there's no need for solving puzzles in this game. There are other things that requires you to think anyways, so there's no need for one more thing to worry about. Anyhow, so just one my personal opinion on that. I'm sure some people will enjoy the puzzle, just make it a little bit more challenging. You know, there's something you need to do. So one thing I really like about the Stinger Hive is that you can pick it up. And when you pick it up, it means that it can regenerate faster. So say if you have 2 enemies, you throw the Stinger Hive in, it uses 5 stingers. So you have, say I have 13 stingers with the Stinger Hive. So I have about 8 left. Then I don't have to wait for it to time out and destroy. I can just pick it up, let it load from 8, and then it's good to go much quicker than letting it destroyed or timeout. So and it's actually a quite distractor for towards the enemies too. So there's a trying to play fun. Yes, this is not something I want to do. Trying to use my sidearm move. I think I have someone behind me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's almost done. Wait, what? Interesting. Oh, let me switch back to my assault rifle. So this is actually really cool. So you see those enemies that actually have then can deploy drones. It's actually quite fun because if you can destroy their drones faster than the drones can fly away from them, the drone will explode. And when the drone explodes, it can actually hurt them. And in most cases, they actually kill the enemy. So it's kind of like neat to have that. I think I hear something. So yeah, this is like one of the things I like to do is like let them have a taste of their own medicine, right? So there's one strong spawn point over here. So neutralize the leader, but also destroy the jammer. So two things to do. So let's try to find the jammer first. I suppose that yeah, you can't really destroy it. So get out into the open and destroy the gem. Question: how can I? How can I find a place to destroy the gem? I think I better go around. And once that controller of the drone is dead, then the drone will lose control. Ah, I'm so close. Just fix this guy. Oops. There we go. So can't do this from here. Let's try if I can see if I can go over from the other side. Done. Now I'm gonna figure out where that generator is. Maybe over here. Survive the attack, so it will. I'm just gonna wait. Hope there's another. Oh, you must be kidding me! I was trying to destroy the turret, and the turret is almost destroyed. Almost. So, is there a better way for me to? So, turret's done. So neutralize a team leader. So it's a team leader. So that's fine. Okay. So I think the number actually helps me to find things. I should have known better, but well, you learn things, right? So we're done, and let's see. Destroy the leader. So the leader is coming. Let's find a vantage point. I think we went a little bit too far. It's okay. Let's climb up. We're gonna drop a stay a height over here. Oh, I have this. So this actually can kill yourself. I learned that in the hard way. So just be, as long as you don't shoot towards a close thing, you are actually good. There we go. So as you can see, another stronghold has been unlocked, which is the last stronghold for this week.
More desperate, which only makes them more dangerous.
So that's good. Also level up once, which is nice. Let me just grab my Stinger Hive, which is okay. Because I'm just gonna finish it, but yeah. Let's see if there's any interesting useful loots flying around. Not that great, not that great. Right. The rest are just tokens. Cool. So again, once you're done, you can go back to the DC. But here it is, the Manning National Zoo invaded the mission, and this is how you can approach it. Definitely it's going to be different, because I remember that if you're playing it in a regular mission, you're playing against an Emily Saw, and at the end there's a little playback, kind of like around this area. I think there's a little corner over here where you trigger a playback and talks about her life before, you know, becoming an enemy of of the division or whatnot. So it's definitely a different storyline, a different kinds of enemies, different things you need to do, and in this particular mission mode, you can't even ride a light rail train, which is a shame because it's kind of fun to see what's happening. But if you want to see that, I think I have a video of me playing the regular version of the Manning National Zoo, so you can take a look at that to see what's happening over there. I think that one was like kind of like a time trial or whatnot. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're joining it right now, I'm sorry, I basically have finished this game. Oh, sorry, this mission. Stay tuned to my another video of playing in Invaded Mission, and you can watch this recording maybe in just a bit. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy watching me playing this game as much as enjoy watching me playing it as much as I enjoy playing this game. And I hope to see you soon again very quickly. And I would want to end this with this thing. I'm actually trying to get hold of another emoji. Is it called an emoji? That this game has, and once I get it, I will show you. I think it's kind of funny to have that, but in the meantime, this is actually really nice. So once again, thank you so much. If you like this video, subscribe, share it, and like it. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon. Bye.